You will like these problems. These are basic SOH word problems, just adding in one extra height here, okay? So A, B, and C are pretty much the same kind of problem. And then letter D, the only difference is you're finding the angle instead of being given the angle. So there's my working answers for the first couple. There's my working answers for the second couple right there. So just practice drawing the picture by yourselves, doing the basic SOH. And remember to add in the extra dimension at the end of this, and we should be pretty good there. Let's work out just A and B together, and we'll just talk about the other ones, okay? So it says a person looks up to see a bird in a tree 30 feet in front of him. So this is the person, and it tells us that person is 5 feet tall. And then here's your tree, and it says that those are 30 feet apart. And then it says the person's eyes are at a height of 5 feet. So here's your eyes right here, and the angle of elevation to the bird. So you're looking at the bird in the tree, and then that angle of elevation. So as you're looking forward, remember what the angle of elevation is as you're looking up. So they're giving us this angle right here is 55 degrees. And again, I probably put the height up here instead of down here, but the distance between, not the height, but the distance between the person and the tree, they told us that this was 30 feet right there. And then what you want to do is find the height of the bird above the ground level. So here's the bird right here that you're staring at, right? And so what I'm going to do, you have this right triangle. I'm going to call this X, and I'm going to find that X, but that's not the height of the bird above ground level, because the ground's right here. The X is just this little portion of that triangle. So what you got to realize, you got like a rectangle here. If this is 5, then this is 5. So our final answer, once I do basic SOH to find X, as long as I remember to add 5 to that, then that's going to be my final answer. So as you look at that right triangle, basic SOH here, if I look at this angle here, I'm trying to find the opposite side, and this is the adjacent side. So the trig function that relates opposite and adjacent is your tangent function. So we'll go tangent of 55 equals opposite over adjacent, and then solve this for the X. So multiply both sides by the 30. And then you plug that into the calculator. So if you do 30 times the tangent of 55, I'm just going to tell you, I know you know how to do that. Make sure it's in degree mode. You're going to get 42.84. And you do decimals for this. And again, that's just this distance right here, the X. You want the height from the ground level. You got to remember to add in the 5. That's going to be 47.84 feet above the ground. So just be careful with that, but those will be quick and easy problems for you. You'll like that. All right, let's do one more just from scratch. I know some of you have trouble getting the picture there. Trying to save some paper here. All right. All right, so it says you got this niece. I have a little niece. Don't tell my brother. That girl is nice sometimes, but sometimes that girl is straight evil, man. She just really mean sometimes, man. But anyways, but hopefully she'll grow up and be a nicer person. But anyways, she got a new kite for her birthday, and then she lets out this kite, and then we're just gonna work through this. All right, so your niece is small. She's only 3 feet tall. That's her. And then what she's doing, she's holding this kite, and it says she lets out that kite. She lets out 250 feet of taut string line, okay? So that means if she's here, that's her, she's 3 feet, and she's gonna let out her kite. Here's our little kite. Draw a little diamond, and then you gotta have like a little curvy thing. Oh man, that's a good kite right there. But then it tells us that's 250 is right there this time. So the other one was between the person and the tree. This one is the length of that string. So that is the hypotenuse. That's going to be 250. So like that, or a ladder or something, that's 250. I guess the person can be going a ladder, but I don't know, but you could be on top of a building. But anyways, all right. So then it wants to approximate the height of the kite above the ground level. And it says that this angle, her angle of elevation as she's standing there looking up, this angle of elevation is going to be 50 degrees. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call this X. And then I realize that that's not the whole way across the ground. That means I'm going to add in this 3 feet after I get that X. So do basic SOH and then add in the 3. So if I look at this triangle, this time we know we're trying to find the opposite side, and you know the hypotenuse. So the trig function that relates opposite over hypotenuse is your sine function. So here we're going to go sine of 50 degrees equals opposite over hypotenuse. And then I'm going to multiply both sides by the 250. So we'll get 250 sine of 50. And then we'll plug that into the calculator. And that's going to give us 191.51. All right. And so again, that's what the X is. So that's basically the height from the top of her head to the kite, but then you got to add into ground level. She's 3 feet tall, right? So you got to add in the 3, and that's going to be 194.51 feet above ground level. All right, so letter C is the same thing. You just got this balloon problem on top of a building that's 75 degrees. It tells you that string is 55, so that's just like the kite problem right there. So that's exactly like letter B. So B and C, maybe that's a good hint to know how to do that. I mean, it's the same exact problem. You got 2 of them right there, so practice out on your own. And the only differences on letter D is it gives you 175 string of the kite, and you're 5 feet tall, and it tells you that the kite was 125 feet above the ground. So that means this whole thing was 125, and you're 5 feet tall, which means that little distance of the triangle is 120. And when you want to find the actual angle right there, the sign is going to be opposite over hypotenuse right there. But if you don't know what the angle is, that's when you're going to do the sine inverse of that in the calculator to get that actual angle right there. But then you got the normal type problems with the A through C.